All right, we're back with our series on how to listen to music, how to get better at listening to music, because, well, music listening is a skill that you can get better at, and you can get better at a lot of it from just listening. There's a lot of stuff you can pick up and get better at from just listening to music with some intent and with some purpose. So hopefully these videos will give you some guide to how to do that. And most of the concepts can be found in this book, What to Listen For in Music by Aaron Copland. Go check it out. It's a great book. Highly recommend it. I'm Isaac Schanno Johnson. If you don't know me, I'm a musician, composer, producer, and I make videos about all that fun stuff. Music composition, music production. So make sure you hit that subscribe button to see videos like this in the future. So these videos are meant for people that are not necessarily musicians, didn't play an instrument, don't know much about music, don't have much of a musical background, but want to get better at appreciating and listening to music and get better at paying attention to what they're hearing and knowing what they're hearing. So we're not going to get super technical with our terms, but we do need to go through some vocabulary. What are some of these vocabulary terms for rhythm? Well, rhythm is the first one, and the next one is meter. So meter is basically countable chunks of music that people play. So often music will have at the beginning, it'll have some numbers, two numbers on top of each other. That's called the time signature or the meter of a piece of music. And it tells you how many beats are in one measure or one bar. And the reason musicians do this is because, well, it makes playing music a whole lot easier, and it makes listening to music and reading music a whole lot easier, because then you don't have to think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and you don't have to keep counting endlessly. You can count over and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It also makes sense because, well, a lot of music has some type of meter associated with it. It kind of changes every so often. You have changes every 4 beats or every 3 beats often in music, or some countable number that happens regularly, right? A lot of music, not all music, but a lot of music is somewhat symmetrical, and it has these very countable chunks in it. So we call this meter. And the way we can imagine this is just take a walking pace. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And with that, we can imagine 2/4. That's a march, right? A lot of songs that are marches are in 2/4, and they have this 1-2 rhythm, which makes sense as a march because, well, marches are meant to be played, or originally were played when people were, well, marching. So you have 2 legs, you're going to have 2 beats. And another meter you could have is 3. That's often a waltz. So let's take a listen to what that might sound like. So there's a waltz that's in a group of 3. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. As I'm playing it, right, you can hear that. You can hear that alternating 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it has this heavy downbeat and then 2 weaker beats. So here is this other idea of strong beats and weak beats. Originally you have 1, 2, 1, 2 with a heavy 1. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or faster, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you can have lots of music with lots of different beats. You could have a time signature that's 15/16. Adam Neely just recently made a video with singing Christmas songs in 15/16, so I'll link that up here because it's a great video that you should check out. You could also have songs in 7/8, like the theme for Wonder Woman from Avengers, I think. Wonder Woman's theme by Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL. That's in 7. It's a really fast 7. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The reason I say sev rather than seven is because, well, seven has 2 syllables. So if you try counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you have 8 beats rather than actually having 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So musicians often abbreviate certain words or certain numbers so that they can count the rhythm with just one syllable. So another common one is 11. I've heard a lot of people that will shorten it to lev. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, lev, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, lev, 12. Because then they're counting it and they have a certain way to vocalize it, but you don't have to count 11. Because that's 3 syllables and it kind of messes up the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It has a rhythm to it, but you're not counting just the distinct beats. You're counting other beats inside of it. So that's an intro to meter. And within meter, you can have certain notes or beats being faster or slower than others. So you could have a rhythm that has one note at the beginning that lasts for 2 beats, and then 2 beats afterwards that are shorter and only last for 1 beat, right? And let me take a sip of coffee real quick. And this goes for any meter. Any meter can have longer beats or shorter beats than others. If you get really farther into this, you get into the idea of subdividing or dividing up one beat. So we have our beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. What if I wanted to divide that beat up so there were 2 notes for every beat? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You could also divide it into threes. 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E. You could also do fours. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So the beat is staying relatively the same, and all that's changing is how many notes are within one beat. But the pulse is staying where it is. So you can pay attention to this in music for lots of different types of music. See how the beats are divided up, what the subdivision of the beat is. And it doesn't always have to stay the same. So you could have parts that divide in threes, other parts that are 4. 1E, 2 and 3 and 4E and 1E, 2 and 3 and 4E, 1E, 2 and 3E and a 4E, 1E and 2 and 3E and a 4E and a. You could have lots of rhythms that just play with the beat. So while you're listening to music, you can try and figure out what the meter is. That one's kind of complicated, but it's definitely something that's doable just from listening. You want to listen for big changes in the music, either big rhythmic changes or big changes in harmony, or something that changes every 4, 3, 2, 5 beats or something. Something else you can listen for is try and hear what the rhythm is like. What if you clapped just the rhythm? So if we imagine Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and we clapped just that rhythm, we would have this. In that song, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, that's literally just the rhythm. No notes, no chords, no nothing, just what the rhythm is, as if we took away all the notes. And you could do the same thing on piano. Doesn't make for a super exciting song just doing that, but that's what we can do. We could take away just the rhythm. And you can imagine that with listening to whatever you're listening to. Often hip-hop music and rappers play around with rhythm a whole lot. So that's one great place to listen for rhythm. You could also listen to different types of jazz, often mess around with rhythms and combine different rhythms on top of each other a whole lot. Last term that we can learn is tempo. So tempo is basically how fast or slow a song is. I know it's pretty simple, but that's kind of all it is. So the beat might stay the same grouping. You might have a song that's in 4, but can be faster or slower. So meter doesn't change how fast the song is, but tempo does. For example, we could have a song that's in 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's that fast. Or we could have a song in 4 that's really slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both the same meter, but the tempos are completely different. So that's the last term. So with all of that, that's our introduction to rhythm. Now, it does get more complicated, and there are lots of fancy musical terms that we can pay attention to while we're listening to music, but that's basically the idea. So I hope you found that video useful. I hope you learned something about music. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. And quick note, if you want to get this hoodie, it says my name on the side, Isaac Schanno Johnson, and on the other side it says Starshine, which is the name of an EP I released over the summer. And on the back it has some of my album artwork. So you can find it at teespring.com/stores/music by ISJ. Great way to support me and my music. And yeah, go check it out. See you next time. Peace.